Hey guys, it's a funny thing, really, the way we're being brought up. If we're fortunate enough, we go to school, maybe get a higher education, get a job, and we basically align with what we're being taught is the right thing. And so we just do what we should. What we should, right? Aren't we doing what we want? See, the minute that we start thinking that we're doing something because we have to do it or because we should do it, it sets it as an obligation. And in the back of our mind, we start feeling compelled to do something, and it takes out the part of us that wants to do whatever we engage in. So we engage in things that we kind of feel compelled to do without really wanting them in exchange for what we expect out of it: a certain rank, a raise, good working relationships, a learning curve so that we feel that we're not bored over time. So, for as long as what we expect is being met to a certain degree and isn't overshadowed by the things that we dislike in what we engage in, or the sense of strain that we create because we think it's an obligation, then we're going to create this little bubble in which we hope for things to go our way and develop certain comforting habits in thinking that, oh my God, what I did today was so tiring. I might as well just go out and make myself feel good again. This could be an early sign that we're not completely fulfilled in what we do. And so when things don't turn out the way we want them to, say, oh, I didn't get the raise that I wanted, I'm feeling bored because I'm doing the same thing over and over again. Well, what we do then is that we attribute our failures to our external environment. This mindset was coined by Julian Rother as the external locus of control. Put simply, it's the situations where when we experience a setback, we're going to blame our external environment for what happened to us. It also means that we subscribe to the idea that we should feel safe and secure, and that things should be predictable for us, and that we should get what we want when we want it. I mean, I get it. Some of us have mortgages, some of us have kids, and so it's only legitimate to value security. But if we're so accustomed to what we became, to the security that we've built up over time, but a part of us still wish that things were different, then why not just wish? Why don't we just start doing something? You might have heard me say that our personal core values come at the expense of one another. And so today, I want to show you how our security is at the other end of the spectrum from our freedom. And the barriers that are going to separate the two are going to be our limiting beliefs. The first one being our comfort. We start developing certain habits over time that make us who we are, and without noticing it, we start getting a little lazy, we indulge in a little bit of apathy. And the minute we want something different in our lives, that we really want it, not just kind of want it, then we're going to need to step out of that comfort zone that we've built for ourselves. And what that takes, it's a willingness to change that has outweighed the strain from remaining the same. Let's assume we finally decide to step out of our comfort zone and decide to engage in something new that will increase the likelihood of us getting what we want and finally break the cycle of who it is that we think we are. And so what's going to happen then? Well, of course we're going to be a little scared of not being enough. That's a limiting belief, by the way. Of course we're going to be afraid of the other's judgment because we're going to be presenting ourselves maybe differently. Carl Jung said that the fool is a precursor to the savior, meaning that we have to be willing to be a draft and to be seen as such before we get anything we want in life. Once we come to terms with the idea that we are going to move past that comfort zone that we have and that we finally conquer our fears, then achieving something new will probably require of us to learn a new skill. Maybe we're not good speakers, good thinkers, maybe we need better academic credentials. Learning something new is going to be challenging. It's going to require of us to put in the effort and to sacrifice some parts of ourselves that we kind of like, but are not serving us in getting what we want. And so along the way, what's helping us is that as we progress, as we grow, we're going to move closer and closer to the goal that we had, which is going to fuel us with positive emotions and keep us going. When we realize that each of our choices are either going to be oriented towards our security, our comfort zone, or our freedom in taking the risk to progress and make more of ourselves in order to get what we want, then we start to take responsibility for our failures and our successes. And that mindset is coined as an internal locus of control. If we're not satisfied with what we have at any given moment, we're always one decision away from a different life or a different outcome.